Welcome to the next video on going over my trading tools on TradingView. A lot of people ask how I get this bar here, what tools I use, how do I, chart out my trades. So that's gonna be this video here. So this bar down here is pretty much just my favorited tools, right? So if I go over here on the left-hand side, you can see there are a bunch of tools here, right? It's a bunch of tools, and you can see next to them, I have a little favorite next to them, right? You can remove it from your favorites, add it to your favorites. So when you add one, right, watch this bar down here. I'll move this up so it's a little closer. When I add one, it adds it to the end of that little bar. And these are the ones that I use. All right, I don't use these so much anymore. This is more when I was doing Elliott Wave, which I definitely could remove, but I've leave them there for a few years, so I've gotten comfortable to it. But the most common ones are the trend line, the horizontal line, horizontal ray. The next few most common ones would be, let's see, let's go through it. The long position is great for risk to reward, right? If you were going to take a trade, this is what it pulls up, kind of like, it allows you to visualize it, and it shows you the risk to reward, right? So for example, this one, right, it shows you the risk to reward is 4.2. If I drag this down, right now it's a 2.35. The way this works is, right, if the boxes are the same exact size, it's a 1-to-1, right? The stop loss and the profit is the same exact size, right? These two boxes. Now, if it's 2-to-1, right around here, this box is half the size of this box, right? And that's just pretty much, simply how it works. And then going forward, right, the brush tool sometimes I like to use, the arrow tool, the rectangle tool I like to use to kind of signify or signal gaps. I'll go like that and just drag it across. That's a pretty good one. The text box is good. The call out box is also good if you want to kind of make notes, right? You can kind of put it on a price point there. Whoops. Right, you click the price and you hit add text, right? Test. And you can kind of draw them out and move it around, and you can kind of anchor it on a certain price point. Right, that's pretty useful. If you want to make notes in your charts, right? You can use really any of these, right? Price labels you could use if you want to signify a certain price. Just like, see if I can get my mouse on this thing. Oh, now it's not working, but you get the point. It shows the price. The magnet tool is great. I use the magnet tool on a weak magnet. The weak magnet pretty much just allows me to have an indicator, and you could see when I hover over it, kind of like magnets to that level, right? But if I'm far away from it, it won't do it, right? The strong magnet will pinpoint that exact level no matter how far away you are from it, right? I'm all the way down here, and it will chart out that level up there. That gets pretty annoying to me personally. Some might like it, but I like to use the weak magnet. Another one I use is this new drawings will sync globally. So when I'm on my phone, these charts will come up the same way. If you don't have this on, then if you chart something out on your computer, it won't load on your phone. So I like to have them sync globally. That way I have my charts no matter where I am. Okay. This will hide all the drawings. It's kind of useful for, if you want to get a clear picture quickly, you can just do that quickly. Then let's go to the bottom here. Right, on the bottom, you can see RTH. This means regular trading hours. If you want to do extended hours, you can click that there, and that will be the extended hours. I do not like to have this on. It makes the charts look clunky. It makes them look brutal, honestly, and I don't trade using extended hours anyway, so I never turn that on. If you want to adjust the chart, you could either, click your mouse and adjust it like this. You can also adjust the bottom like this as well. Right, there's a few ways to do it. You can use your mouse and use your wheel. Right, you'll always see me scrolling in and out and adjusting this here. When I'm charting, I like to have it kind of full screen. I like to be zoomed in a little bit. I definitely don't want to be, zoomed out like this and trying to chart out patterns, right? When you're looking at the most recent price action, you want to be zoomed in and you want it to be full screen so you can kind of see everything. Right? A lot of people will ask, but don't you need to go back? You only need to go back when there's no data to look at, really, right? If the price looks like this is totally fine. Okay. Regarding the time frames up here, right? You see I have the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15, 30, 1 hour. These are just the ones I have favorited. You know, if I add the 1 second, right, it adds the 1 second. So the ones I stick to most are the 30 minute and the 1 hour. So feel free to, stick to those. 45 minute, I've never really used, but could be pretty solid. The 1 day, the 1 hour, the 2 hour, just to get a bigger perspective. You can really add anything that you're comfortable with there. And then, you can just click it and it will switch the time frame to whatever you want. These candles, I just use the regular candles. No need for any of this other stuff, but feel free to test it out if you want. Indicators, I just use my go-to indicators, the enhanced market clouds. I don't actually use the EMAs on it. I kind of like it just to identify trend. It's a clean indicator. I use volume and then the VRVP, which is the volume range volume profile. That you could see right here. And it shows, what this does is it shows the volume by price as opposed to volume by time, right? At this price of 218.28, there was the most volume. Right, and you can kind of use this as a support and this as a resistance up here around 224.5. Right, that's just the way that works. And this is volume by time. Right, at, for example, 1 o'clock here, 13 military time. This is where the least volume was in the day. Okay. Let's see what else. All that's done. You can use the replay feature up here, or if you wanted to go back and test out a strategy, click the replay feature. And it cuts off the data until the time you select. You could change the speed at which it will replay. You can also hit play and it will play out the chart. It's good, but obviously it's all hindsight, so you know what's going to happen. But it's good to back test and all that kind of stuff. Right, so that's that replay feature there. What else? Setting alerts. I love setting alerts. Just right click on the chart and hit add alert at X price, right? You hit add alert. Now, a lot of people ask, what condition do? I just do regular trading hours when it's crossing at the price, and then only once is what I do. You could do every time. That gets pretty annoying. So I just do only once. And then it expires. When does it expire? It expires, I guess, in 24 hours from the time. You can set that to whenever you want. You can make it open-ended. You can kind of customize it to whatever you want. Another thing that I like to do sometimes is I'll change the message. So, right, if I have a lot of alerts set, and let's say I have a pre-selected strike price I want to take, I can just add a message. So, right, Apple, if I wanted to take calls over this 223 level, I could say, 225 call, Friday expiration. Right, and then I'll get the alert at the bottom here, or even on my phone if I'm on my phone, and I know exactly what to do. I don't even have to go look at the chart. I could just get the alert on my phone, and I know exactly what to do. I get in 225 calls with the Friday expiration. I create the alert, and there we go, the alert set, right? And you can see 225 call Friday expiration, and I'll get that there. And then if you want to cancel it, you just hit cancel. Use those alerts on every single chart. I always set them right before breakout points. It is crucial. It is probably the number one most important thing of finding and identifying breakouts, or keeping you aware. So definitely use those to your advantage. I'm trying to see what else. Watchlist. Definitely create a watch list here. Right. I always have SPY, QQQ, IWM up here along with VIX, and then I have my main tickers that I always like to trade below there. And I just go back and forth every single day. I go through my watch list every single night, every single morning as well. If you're not attending the live streams, make sure you do. And let's see, up here in the top right, you can copy your image. So if you want to share your chart, you could do that so very easily. You can hit Control-Shift-S, or you could just hit this, and then it allows you to copy this whole chart. Okay. You can also download the image if you want. You can copy the link. I usually just use copy image. That's the favorite one there. All this pretty irrelevant. If you wanted to do 2 charts on one, you could do that right there. As you can see, I've never even used it. If you wanted to do multiple charts, you can. It kind of gets a little too hectic. I'm not really a fan. If you wanted to go like insane, you could do that too. I've never done this. This is way too crazy. You can't see anything, right? You have no idea what to look at. So I usually just stick to one chart. I keep it simple. There's no need to complicate it. Here down below, right, you can kind of see some news. If you click that, there's news, there's ideas, there's this. I don't look at ideas or minds. I look at the news channel, and then a lot of news will come up down here. So if you click this, right, it pops up the news article, and you can even go to the article right here. And it will show where it's from. Then you just hit the X at the top, right, and you can go through all the news if you want. It'll pull everything up, and you can see that there. Okay. Let's see what else. I think that is everything I wanted to cover here. That's it. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to message me. But that's a pretty simple and easy overview of how I use TradingView. Thank you very much. Good luck.